Good day to all our viewers and welcome back to another What If session, our first one for 2020. As always, it is great to have you. Today's topic is what if employees is required to return to work under adjusted level 3? What obligations do employers have in this regard? We all know that recently we were moved back to the adjusted level 3, and last week our Minister of Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs issued or published the adjusted level 3 regulations. The idea of this video is to provide you with a summary of the important provisions that you as an employer should be aware of. So first and foremost, under the heading of the movement of persons, it is evident and it's clear that we should stay at home and between the hours of 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock the next morning. The only time that we will be allowed outside our place of residence is if we are working. So we are allowed or permitted to perform a specific service, or obviously if we are attending to a security or medical emergency. In regards to performing a specific service, please note that employees must have in their possession a permit. If you don't know what this permit looks like, it is at the back of the regulations that's been published recently. If you don't have access to the regulations, please reach out to us and we'll send you a copy of such a permit. In respect of business premises, it's important to note that every business premises must determine the area of floor space in square meters, and then based upon the squareage, it must be determined what number of customers and employees may be inside, keeping in mind that currently there is a limitation of 50% of the floor space. You are also required to take steps to ensure that people queuing outside or inside the premises are able to maintain a distance of 1.5 meters from each other. You must ensure that sufficient hand sanitizers are provided for use by public as well as employees at the entrance of the premises. And similar to the COVID-19 compliance officer, but a business premises must assign in writing an employee or a suitable person as the compliance employee who must ensure compliance with the 50% floor space requirement, and that obviously the sufficient sanitizer is available and that there is compliance with the 1.5 meter physical distance. From a wearing of mask point of view, we know this has been discussed quite a lot recently, but as an employer, you are not allowed to allow an employee onto your premises without him or her or they wearing a mask. And also, even if they are on your premises, they must continue to wear a mask whilst performing their duties. So you must ensure when they enter, they wear the mask as well as while they are performing their duties. In respect of workplace gatherings will continue to be allowed. However, it must be for work purposes, and it should be subject to strict adherence to all health protocols and social distancing measures. In other words, you are allowed to hold a workplace gathering, but we need to comply with the 1.5 meter physical distance measure, as well as continuously sanitize our hands and continue to wear a mask. Last but not least is the employer obligations specifically. Now, these obligations have been contained in all the other regulations, as well as the consolidated direction or directive on workplace safety. But just to recap: 1, you must adopt measures to promote physical distancing. 2, you must develop a plan, which we refer to back in the day as a return to work plan, but you must develop a plan which contains the measures to ensure that the workplace meets the standard of health protocol, adequate space for employees, as well as social distancing measures for the public as well as service providers. A copy of this plan should also be kept for inspection by relevant authorities if need be. And then thirdly, you must assign and designate a COVID-19 compliance officer. This officer, as we know, will oversee, one, the implementation of this plan that I just referred to, and two, will also oversee the strict adherence to the standards of hygiene as well as health protocols relating to COVID-19 at the workplace. Now, just back to the first point is where we said that all employers must adopt measures to promote physical distancing of employees. Now, specifically relating there to employees should be enabled to work from home if they can, right? If they can't work from home, you must make sure that there's sufficient or adequate space is provided in the workplace, that you restrict face-to-face meeting as far as possible. And then the point that we also have read previously is the special measures that must be taken for employees with known or disclosed health issues or comorbidities, and this obviously includes employees that are over the age of 60. So in short, ladies and gentlemen, that is from an employer point of view what you need to know in respect of the adjusted level 3 regulations. That then brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you have any questions in this regard, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We will try and assist you to the best of our abilities. From us at Maserumule, we want to wish all of you a very happy new year, and that your year is filled with health and happiness. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, bye-bye.